This video is going to talk about what exactly chemical reaction is. I wonder what comes up in your mind when you hear the term chemical reaction. Is it an explosion or the creation of a magical substance? These are the cartoons I found when I typed chemical reaction in the internet. For the first picture, you can see that there is formation of gas bubble. While the one in the middle, a girl is trying to mix two solutions together and the color of the resultant solution change. The last one, when the gentleman is adding the yellow solution into the flask, it seems that the mixture becomes hotter and even catch fire. Now, let's watch a video about a chemical reaction, in which an egg is submerged into a bowl of vinegar. Now, let's watch it.
Hi everybody, my name is Hannah and this is Pepper and Pine, and today I have a simple science project to share with you. We are going to be submerging an egg in vinegar. So the first thing we're going to do is measure this egg, and I am going to use these calipers in order to measure it, and you can see that it's 2.3 across and it's 1.7 the other way across. So now we're going to put our egg in a bowl and we're going to just use some distilled vinegar to cover it completely. Now immediately you can see some things happening, and you can see all those little bubbles forming on the outside of the egg. Within a few minutes, these bubbles are enormous. You can see them coming off the egg, and so you know that exciting things are happening. Later that same day, you can see kind of what looks like the outside of the egg starting to peel off. It was kind of cool at this point. Alright, so then about a day later, like the following day, so about 18 to 24 hours later, a lot has happened, and the egg, you can feel it kind of like the eggshell is starting to dissolve and becoming softer, but it's still intact, it's still on there. What's kind of weird is that this brown egg, like all that pigment starts to come off, but I didn't notice the same thing happening when we used a white egg. So there's all of that stuff in the vinegar, and overall the egg is getting softer, but the
So just now in the video, it has shown that when an egg is put into vinegar, some gas bubble is formed on the surface of the eggshell, and after some time, the eggshell is dissolved. Besides putting an egg in vinegar, these are also some examples of other chemical reaction, like rusting of iron object and also burning of candle. Some chemical reaction has taken place in all these 6 photos. If we are going to summarize what exactly chemical reaction is, can you spot out any similarities among them? For the first one, color change. Second one, heat is released. The third one, some heat is released and also some gas bubble is formed. Color change, the fourth one. Heat release when we are burning candle. Gas bubble is formed when we add the egg into vinegar. Chemical change or chemical reaction is describing the process that consuming reactant and produce product. For example, in the reaction between the vinegar and the eggshells, the vinegar and eggshells are the reactants, while the gas bubble, which is newly created, is the product. Chemical change takes place when we are burning something. In the reaction between oxygen and coal, carbon dioxide is produced at the end while oxygen and coal will be used. In this reaction, you can see that energy, that is heat, is released throughout the whole process, and at the end, carbon dioxide, which is new substance, will be produced. While rusting of iron also is an example of chemical reaction. Rusting of iron requires oxygen, water, and iron to take place. The brown substance on the surface is an iron rust, which is the new substance. The acid rain will attack or corrode statue that's made of marble because there's a reaction between acid and the main component inside marble, calcium carbonate. After the reaction, calcium carbonate will be used up and turned into carbon dioxide, salt, and water. Last time we've mentioned neutralization reaction, in fact which is also an example of chemical reaction. In this reaction, acid and alkaline is used up to produce water and salt as the product. During this reaction, heat is also released. How to judge if there is any chemical change? Chemical reaction or chemical change involve new substance form and energy change. For new substance form, it can either be some insoluble solid form. We call this insoluble solid as precipitate. Or the color of the substance or the solution change. For example, the color of the surface of an iron object change color, turn into brown or a red color because chemical reaction take place and there is iron rust. And for the reaction between the vinegar and the eggshell, it is also a kind of chemical reaction because some gas bubble is formed, which is new substance. And at the same time, chemical reaction also involve energy change. So energy change, which means that it either release heat or absorbing heat. For example, if we are burning coal, burning something, heat is released. Okay, and also some chemical reaction will release light as well. In the following question, you are expected to state the observation, that is, any change that you can observe. After that, give reason why you think that it involves chemical change or chemical reaction. For this reaction, we are trying to mix the blue solution and the colorless solution. So let's watch the video. After watching the video, what can you see? At the end, eventually, what you can observe is that you can see some blue precipitate form after mixing the two solutions. The word precipitate means some insoluble solid, some solid that cannot be dissolved in water. Okay, and because we can see the blue substance form, so it is a chemical reaction because it involves formation of new substance. In this case, would be the blue precipitate. We can use the word equation to describe the chemical reaction. All chemical reactions involve reactants and product. Reactants are the substance that starts a chemical reaction, while products are the substance that are produced at the end of the reaction. Let's take an example. For the first reaction, the hydrogen and oxygen react to produce water. In this case, the hydrogen and oxygen would be the reactant, while the water is the only product. Similarly, in the second reaction, because the carbon and oxygen are the reactants, so we put them in front of the arrow, that is on the left-hand side of the word equation, while carbon dioxide is the only product. Not all process or changes involve new substance form. For those, they are considered as physical change. Physical change refers to the change that only to the form of the substance, but its identity remains the same, that is, no new substance form. For example, boiling of water, since liquid water and steam are the same substance. Thus, it is a physical change instead of a chemical change. Signs of the chemical change include the release of gas bubble, a change of color, production of an odor, release heat and light, because chemical change would give new substance. So we just have to focus on the formation of the new substance. For the exercise, please complete the question on the notes page 26 to 28.